Okay, hello, I'm back. For those who I don't know personally, my name is Yahuah, and today we're going to do another teaching. I was gonna name this Learn from Israel, but then I was praying, I was just saying, Yahusha, is there anything you want me to say? And because of that, I'm going to actually name this They Provoke Me to Anger, because I don't think we actually realize as a church how much we actually really irritate. We really irritate our Father, and we don't realize. Oh, that's so crazy. Anybody that wears beef tallow lotion, you probably have that same problem as me. But anyways, so as I was saying, many of us don't really comprehend, acknowledge, realize how much we actually are provoking our Father to anger. A majority of us in the church are truly, genuinely irritating our Father, and the reason why many may not realize the extent of this is, if you guys recall my last video, if you haven't watched that, I probably would go watch that first, just so you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about here. But we have a lot of teachers that are supposed to be edifying us, preparing us literally with the whole armor of Yah, but they're not. So because they're not, we are lost, and we actually don't understand the mind of our Creator. And if we don't understand the mind of our Creator, how are we supposed to live a life pleasing to Him genuinely in our day-to-day lives, every single day, and every conversation, the way that we think, the way that we treat others, the intent of our hearts? Even Yah looks at the intent within one's heart. If you think something disgusting about another individual, Yah sees that, and we will be held accountable for that. As Yahusha said in Matthew, every single word we will have to attest for in the day of judgment. And I don't think a lot of Christians live their life live their life kind of with that in the back of their mind, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to read some scripture, and then I will get a bit more into the teaching, just so we as a collective can maybe understand each other a bit more, okay? So I'm going to read Ezekiel chapter 7 and 8 right now, and then we'll go from there, okay? Feel free to grab your Bible and read with me if you want to do that, or if you want to just listen to my voice, that's cool too, okay? But I'll start on chapter 7. And the word of Yahuah came to me, saying, And you, son of man, this is what the Adon Yahuah said to the land of Yisrael, an end. The end has come upon the four corners of the land. Now the end is upon you, and I shall send my displeasure against you, and judge you according to your ways, and repay you for all your abominations. And my eye shall not pardon you, nor would I spare, for I repay your ways while your abominations are in your midst. And you shall know that I am Yahuah. Thus says the Adon Yahuah, a calamity, and only calamity. Look, it has come. An end has come. The end has come. It has awakened against you. Look, it has come. The turn has come to you, O inhabitants of the land. The time has come. A day of uproar is near, and not of rejoicing in the mountains. Soon I shall pour out my wrath, and shall complete my displeasure upon you, and judge you according to your ways, and repay you for all your abominations. And my eye shall not pardon, nor would I spare. I give you according to your ways, while your abominations are in your midst, and you shall know that I am Yahuah who smites. See the day, see it has come. The turn has come, the rod has blossomed, pride has budded. Violence has grown into a rod of wickedness. There is none of them, and none of its crowd, and none of their riches, and none eminent among them. The time has come, the day has arrived. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is on all its crowd. For the seller shall not return to what has been sold, though they are still alive. For the vision is for all its crowd, it shall not turn back, and because of his wickedness, no one holds fast to his life. They have blown the trumpet, and all is prepared, but no one goes to battle, for my wrath is on all its crowd. The sword is outside, and the pestilence, and the scarcity of food inside. He who is in the field dies by the sword, and he who is in a city, scarcity of food and pestilence devour him. While they who escape of them shall escape, and be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, each for his wickedness. All hands go limp, all knees become as water, and they shall gird on sackcloth, and be covered with trembling, and shame shall be on every face, and baldness on all their heads. They throw their silver into the streets, and their gold becomes as filth. Their silver and their gold is unable to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahuah. They do not satisfy their appetite, nor fill their stomachs, because it has been their stumbling block of wickedness. And the splendor of his ornaments, he made it in excellency, but they made it from the images of the abominations, and their filthiness, therefore I shall make it like filth to them, and I shall give it for a prey into the hands of strangers, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall profane it, and I shall turn my face from them, and I shall profane my secret place, for destroyer shall enter it and profane it. Make a chain, for the land has been filled with crimes of blood, and the city has been filled with violence, and I shall bring the evil ones of the Gentiles, and they shall possess their houses, and I shall cause the pride of the strong to seize, and their temples shall be profaned. Destruction shall come, and they shall seek peace, but there is none. Calamity upon calamity shall come, and report shall be upon report, and they shall seek a vision from a Nabi, from a prophet. But the Torah has perished from the Kohen, from the priests, and counsel from the elders. Let the sovereign mourn, let the prince put on despair, and let the hands of the common people tremble. And I shall deal with them according to their way, and judge them with their own right rulings, and they shall know that I am Yahuah. Now, listening to that, we may think, why on earth would Yahuah do this to his own people? It just doesn't make no sense. So now we're going to read chapter 8, so we can better understand why chapter 7 is happening, okay? So, and it came to be in the 6th year, in the 6th month, on the 5th of the month, as I sat in my house with the elders of Yehudah, sitting before me, that the hand of the Adon Yahuah fell upon me there. And I looked and saw a likeness like the appearance of fire. From his waist and downward the appearance was like fire, and from his waist and upward the appearance of brightness like glowing metal. And he stretched out the form of a hand, and he took me from the lock of my hair, and the Ruah, the Spirit, lifted me up between the earth and the Shemayim, between the earth and the sky, or the heavens, okay? But anyways, the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the Shemayim, and brought me in visions of Elohim to Jerusalem, to the door of the north gate of the inner court, where the seat of the image of jealousy was, which causes jealousy. And see, the esteem of the Elohim of Israel was there, like the vision that I saw in the plain, like the vision he saw in earlier chapters, if you've read the book of Ezekiel. And he said to me, Son of man, please lift up your eyes toward the north. And I lifted my eyes towards the north. And north of the altar gate, I saw this image. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What happened? Anyways, okay, we'll back to 5 here. Um, and he said to me, Son of man, please lift up your eyes towards the north. And I lifted my eyes northward, and north of the altar gate I saw this image of jealousy in the entrance. And he said to me, Son of man, do you see what they are doing? The great abominations which the house of Israel are doing here, driving me away from my temple. Are you to see still greater abominations? I'm so sorry. I'm just so excited to. Anyways, then he brought me to the door of the court, and I looked and saw a hole in the wall. And he said to me, Son of man, please dig into the wall. And when I dug into the wall, I saw a door, and he said to me, Go in and see the evil abominations which they are doing in there. And I went in and looked and saw all kinds of creeping creatures, abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, carved all around on the walls. And facing them stood 70 men of the elders of the house of Israel. And in their midst stood Yahuah, son of Shaphan. Each one had a censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. And he said to me, Son of man, have you seen what the elders of the house of Israel are doing in the dark? Each one in the room of his idols, ? For they say, Yahuah does not see us. Yahuah has forsaken the land. And he said to me, You are to see still greater abominations which they are doing. And he brought me to the door of the north gate of the house of Yahuah, and I saw a woman sitting there weeping for Tammuz. Then he said to me, Have you seen this, O son of man? You are to still see greater abominations than these. Just a clarification, Tammuz is a god, a deity that people back in those times have worshipped. And people still worship him today, but just ignorantly. They don't actually acknowledge that they're worshiping him. But anyways, I felt like I had to clarify that. Anyways, we will continue. And he brought me into the inner court of the house of Yahuah. And there, at the door of the temple of Yahuah, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs towards the temple. Okay, their backs were towards the temple, and their faces were towards the east. And they were bowing themselves eastward to the sun. And he said to me, Have you seen, O son of man? Is it a small matter to the house of Yehudah to do the abominations which they have done here? For they have filled the land with violence and turned back to provoke me. And see, they are putting the branch to my nose. Therefore I shall indeed deal in my wrath. My eye shall not pardon, nor would I spare. And they shall cry in my ear with a loud voice, but I shall not hear them. To clarify the last part there, so these elders, their backs were literally facing the temple, and their faces were towards the sun, and they're worshiping some other deity as they're looking at the sun. Their backs were literally facing the temple. So this is what we will start with, just so you guys maybe further understand today's teaching. So as I said, Yahuah said they provoke me to anger. In the same way Israel provoked Yahuah to anger in these chapters, the same way we as a church provoke Yahuah to anger today, but we don't even realize it. That's the crazy part. We don't even realize it. The same way that the Israelites were being two-faced towards Yah. With their mouth, they're saying, Yah, we're for Yah, blah, 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 blah. But then in the dark, they would go and literally worship other gods. In the same way, Christians are kind of doing the same thing today. You know, we're doing a lot of things in the dark that are not of Yah, and we genuinely think that we are actually going to be accepted by him when we die, living a lifestyle of wickedness. The true individual who really, genuinely loves our Father is going to prioritize righteousness. Okay? I'm not saying you're not going to make mistakes, right? But there's a difference between living a lifestyle just straight up not really prioritizing your Father and the things that are pleasing to Him and the way that He wants us to live, and making mistakes. Those are two different things. And within the church, we really like to play this game. We really like to play this game and act like when somebody sins in the church that it's this thing that I listen. It's them simply falling. But we actually have a lot of this. We have a lot of, as a collective, we really are not prioritizing our Father by action, by mouth. Hey, we know how to do it by mouth very well. Anybody can say anything, right? But it really comes down to your actions. You guys ever heard the saying of walk the talk? My dad always says that. You gotta walk the talk. You can't just talk with your mouth. Like, your actions have to reflect you as an individual. To know who an individual actually is by their actions. That's how we know how someone is, by what they do, what they say, how do they live, right? So as a church, because we are not prioritizing righteousness, we are not prioritizing a lifestyle pleasing to our Father, to the extent where we don't even, there's a lot of Christians who are just living in wickedness. They're really just living a lifestyle of sin, and they're not even thinking that you're going to have to actually attest for this. You're literally going to have to attest to why you did that. Why are you living a lifestyle continuously in sin, and you really think you're actually going to be accepted by your Father? Like, do we think Yah is an idiot? Do we think Yahuah is stupid, a dummy? Because I don't understand. So this is a warning. This is really a teaching, but it is a warning, because a lot of the church follows the beat of their own drum. We're supposed to be following the beat of Yahuah's drum. We're supposed to be His children, His sons, His daughters, right? In your day-to-day life, as you read the Word, because the Word really transforms you from the inside out. It will start within your heart. But the more you read and read and read, you will be transformed. But a lot of us are not actually transforming from inward outwards. We want to play this game and we want to act like outwards. We love Him because we can say it with our mouths, with our tongues on Sunday, for 1 hour. But for the rest of the day and the rest of the week, this is irrelevant to our lives. Really ask yourself here. I'm not trying to necessarily judge, but I really want people to think for your own sake. Really ask yourself, am I really living a lifestyle where I'm prioritizing my Father? What do your days typically look like? Only you can sit there and question yourself, right? Because I don't know what everybody thinks. I don't know what's here in everyone's heart, right? Only you can really speak for yourself. So sit there and really ask yourself, am I really prioritizing my Father? Am I really prioritizing righteousness? Do I really love Yah. Do I want to be acceptable to Yah? That's what you should really ask yourself. And if you answered no to any of those, then you know what you gotta do. Because as I said in the last video here, Yah is coming for a prepared bride. What? Like, okay, in a wedding, right? In a wedding, what man gets married to a woman who's not prepared to get married to him? It just doesn't make any sense. The wedding is not going to happen. It's simply not going to happen. So why do we think we are going to be ready for this ceremony with the bridegroom, but we're not ready? We as the bride are not prepared for the bridegroom, but somehow we think we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it to this event. We're gonna make it. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. So really today's teaching is really a reflection. You know, in our church buildings, we hear a lot of God loves you, you know, but Yahuah's very angry with the church. I'm telling you, he's very angry because a lot of us are liars. A lot of us are hypocrites, and we think that he doesn't see that we're actually not prioritizing him. And then we have the audacity to think we are going to be accepted by him. Like I said, you must choose. Christians, we must choose what side you want to be on. Or very soon, he is going to choose. I'm telling you, he is going to choose for you. Okay? So, this life, this walk is so beautiful, honestly. I've only known Yah, truly known Yah for maybe a few years now. And it is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced in my life. You know, to the extent of I don't know what to do sometimes with the joy, the happiness, the protection that I have. You know, he really protects us. He really protects us. The way that a father protects their child is really like that, but times 10, times 5,000. And I really desire this. You know, the Bible even talks about this is the joy that we have in him, you know. But many of us are actually not even experiencing that. They don't even know what it is. Because you can't serve two masters and still expect the goodness that comes with him. It just doesn't make any sense. You know? It really doesn't make any sense. But really my desire is for everybody that says they're Christian to really experience that beautiful joy. Right? But you gotta choose who you want to serve. Okay? So, yeah, today's teaching was kind of short. But I think we got the message here. So, let us live a life pleasing to Yah. How powerful would the church be if we indeed, as the collective that we say that we are, did what we're actually supposed to do? How unstoppable we would be in this world. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I recommend go reading the scriptures that I just read right now, Ezekiel 7 and 8. Please pray regarding this message. Like I said, test every single spirit, including mine. Happy Sabbath to everybody, and I will see you guys next time, Yah willing. Yah willing, okay? Okay, take care. Bye.